Derwin James says the Chargers don't need to puff their chests out just because this season went way better. Trading D'Angelo Russell out of town is like the fart that won't stop farting. And one victory has a lot of scribes believing in UCLA basketball. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It's December 31st, 2024. Back in Portland, back in the one-star hotel. It's all about work because we know what that economy's like. But hey, at least I'm safely away from the gunfire that's going to be launched by my friends at midnight, right? Nope. You will not be seeing any new dents in the crown of my head tomorrow. I will not be plucking out debris. I will not be plucking out gunfire fragments from my skull. So, do you like being in the know about LA sports? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, look at the scoreboard. Clippers 116, New Orleans 113. Norman Powell scores 35 points. James Harden 27. You almost, at this point, do you feel compelled to ask if this is actually Norman Powell's team, right? Not Kawhi Leonard's, not Harden's. I'm just asking. Meanwhile, today, Cleveland's at the Lakers at 6. We do not know yet where Dorian Finney-Smith stands in the pecking order. Is he a starter? Will he be a sixth man? Will he be showing us his fashion sense on the bench? And the Clippers are at San Antonio at 4. What do you say we get to the news? The reason I haven't gone overboard about the Chargers making the playoffs or the Rams making the playoffs, you know, this hyperbolic, oh my God, we're going to a Super Bowl. It's going to be in all Los Angeles. No, look, first of all, we expect our teams to make the playoffs. We do. When our teams don't make the playoffs, it's a little bit more than just disappointing. We expect success. Secondly, there's no time for navel gazing. There is, while both teams are alive, there is the possibility of an all LA Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying it will happen. You know, the Chargers have to worry about Kansas City for one. But that is kind of the point that Derwin James made to Sports Illustrated. He was asked about what Jim Harbaugh did as Chargers coach to basically turn them from a 5-win team into a 10-win team with, of course, a chance to make it an 11-win team and a chance at making a playoff run. Quote, he gave us a culture. We know who we are when we look in the mirror. I feel like we're building the team that nobody wants to play. We don't have to rah-rah. We don't have to go talk on Twitter. We're just going to continue to show how we play week in and week out, unquote. To which I say, in response, what more do you need to know, right? We could talk X's and O's, and I love talking X's and O's. We could throw out stats. I love throwing out stats. And yeah, Jim Harbaugh, more than just a little eclectic. The dude was slumming on the beach like Jim Rockford in a 1970s private eye show. Well, that dude, let's not kid ourselves. He can organize a football team. He damn sure can get players to buy in. As crazy as it sounds, when the Chargers ownership was talking about reinventing the franchise from top to bottom, all that might have been needed was a so-called culture. The Chargers have one. And to their credit, they excel with it. I do not believe Jared Vanderbilt was delaying things because of his injury. I don't believe he was delaying things as bad as Saint Kawhi of Moreno Valley over with the Clippers. I mean, Kawhi Leonard has let nagging injuries take years off his career. This is not just a Clipper thing. He was doing that even back in the days when he was trying to force his way out of San Antonio, if you recall. But if you're a Lakers fan, if you're in the Lakers front office, damn, you've got to be wondering when the hell Vanderbilt is going to start playing. ESPN reports he finally started practicing in non-contact workouts during Monday's Lakers practice. The dude's been out since February. Almost an entire calendar year over his foot. Now, if you remember, and it's gotten to the point where you do have to try to think hard to remember, he was their defensive presence. If he was a little bit higher in the Lakers' scheme of things, we would be wondering about his feet. The same way we wonder about Leonard's knee. You almost have to wonder if that trade for Dorian Finney-Smith was like cause and effect. Dude, you're about to lose your gig. Get your butt on the court. You could be on the next Amtrak out of town. And that's where we segued into day 4 of way too many D'Angelo Russell updates. Because I'm totally getting tired of talking about D'Angelo Russell being traded out of town as much as I enjoy it. I just kind of like the idea of D'Angelo Russell leaving town to kind of marinate. I want to be able to savor D'Angelo Russell no longer being in purple and gold. Can't do it. There keeps generating more news updates. Even though there's not much going on for New Year's Eve, the scribes just keep digging for another rock layer just to find more D'Angelo Russell updates. And yes, I know what it looks like with what my hands just did right now. Let's not get me banned on YouTube. Shams Charania of The Athletic tweeted after the Finney-Smith deal, quote, "I'm told the Lakers will remain one on potential deals, looking for players not only that fit in this current iteration of the Lakers roster around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but also for the next 3 or 4 years under JJ Redick," unquote. I'm assuming Charania meant in on instead of one on, but whatevs. The upshot is Lakers have more than another month, a little more than a month, to make a deal. And as you know, if you've been watching this program for a while, I've long said that this program exists in part to swat away all of those trash Laker rumors from the idiot bloggers and scribes who try to hype things up for cheap clickbait. DeMar Rosen was asked, and he was like, "Could you guys just remove me from all the Laker rumors, please? I know I play up in Sacramento. I know we just fired the coach. I know it sounds like I want to be on just doing whatever it takes to get out of this little one-horse town and get back to civilization out in Los Angeles. Could you please remove me from the Laker trade rumors?" Fox Sports asked if he still thinks about playing for the Lakers. Quote, "Nah, not no more. I just don't think about it anymore, honestly. The opportunity passed. Just move on from it," unquote. Now, do you think that's going to stop the clickbait prostitutes in the press? Hell no, it won't. Hell no, it won't. And I have to give credit where credit's due. CBSSports.com asserts that one of the reasons that they like this trade, you look at the Lakers 2020 title, that was specifically because, in their opinion, that the Lakers failed to land a third superstar. Here's how. If you recall, the Lakers failed to land Kawhi Leonard, and they still had cap space. So they turned their attention to 3-and-D wings. Danny Green, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Once they got the title ring, the Lakers were like, "Oh my gosh, we got to repeat. We better go star hunting again." And then they get rid of a bunch of players. You already know the history. What winds up happening? They go for Russell Westbrook, to a far lesser extent, D'Angelo Russell. So, once again, reasons to love the idea of Finney-Smith in a Lakers uniform. He's not the so-called third superstar. And with any luck, This will close the door on Russell. And if it hits him in the ass on the way out, so be it. Nick Young was asked. See how hard I'm trying to tell you that the Scribes can't let go of this trade? They found Nick Young somewhere cleaning up the toilets in a bowling alley in Cerritos. They find Nick Young, and he tells the LA Times that he's still mad about the video that Russell posted that let everybody know he was cheating on Iggy Azalea. To which Young tweeted, "And stay out. Don't bring yo ass back to LA," unquote. So if you're wondering if Nick Young, Swaggy P, has a New Year's resolution of letting bygones be bygones, I think we can safely say that's not on the list. Making sure you have a swinging time bowling in Cerritos, that might be on his priorities. Being a man of forgiveness, not so much. I don't know. We'd have to see who he was dating after Iggy Azalea dumped him, I suppose. It feels as if the Scribes were looking for a reason to boost UCLA basketball. Not that I think it's a bad idea, okay? I mean, last year's team, obviously trash. Mick Cronin did a lot to address that. And there's a saying that I read once, men of action are favored by the goddess of luck, which means if you're doing so much work to try to turn things around for yourself, even when you stumble, you are still going to fall forward. Cronin, man of action. So, despite losing to North Carolina 2 Saturdays ago, the Scribes did not banish the Bruins from the top 25. Now, after beating Gonzaga in their one game of the week, and let's not make any bones about it, Gonzaga is a terrific program. UCLA rocketed up 7 spots to 15th in the AP Top 25 poll. A few days ago, I noted that half of the players at UCLA football added in the transfer portal were defensive backs. Doing so makes it sound like the Bruins haven't done a damn thing to look at the offense. And I don't think that's particularly fair. Because let's be real, the Bruins changed offensive coordinators. It stands to reason that the new guy would want to figure out which players fit his scheme better, right? We mentioned the players on offense at UCLA has attracted one at a time, but in a holistic look, the upshot is UCLA's added a quarterback, a running back, 2 wide receivers, and 3 linemen. Most of them, especially quarterback Joey Aguilar, is going to get a legit shot to start. The biggest area of concern, in my arrogant little opinion, center. A few Scribes got together for a round table and they pondered the ponderable. The question was, do you have any concerns with the Dodgers roster? And they all blustered the steamiest steam of bloviation. So let me cut to the chase. No. They can have the longest answer they want about this, that, or the other. Do they have any concerns about the roster? No, they don't. It would be nice to add Roki Sasaki. No, they don't. Oh, it'd be lovely if they got Tanner Scott. No, they don't. They have no concerns. Everything at this juncture on for the Dodgers is icing on the let's defend the title cake. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. How geeked are you if you're a Chargers fan? And did the fact that here's a question for you. Did the fact that moving from San Diego to LA eventually light a fire under the Spanoses to say we can't just put mediocrity out there? We can get away with it in San Diego, but we damn sure can't get away with it in LA. And in addition to that, are you starting to get a little bit of a hooray, D'Angelo Russell is gone hangover? And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We talk LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We will be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Cortel Queso production. Take care.